Hello everyone, and welcome to my Bold and Beautiful Today channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. As Ridge's words come to pass, Hope startles Carter. On the CBS serial opera Bold and the Beautiful, Hope Logan is poised to completely upend Carter Walton, proving that Ridge Forrester's red flag theory is correct. Ridge identified every warning sign for Hope's actions. But Carter's eyes are opened by what he stated about Hope taking this personally against Steffy Forrester. And that really annoys the Logan daughter. Spoilers for Bold and the Beautiful, Ridge Forrester says Hope Logan is the key. Ridge Forrester and Carter Walton appeared to have a heart-to-heart at the beginning of the week on Bold and the Beautiful. Even while it sounded real, viewers of B&B can't help but wonder if Ridge Forrester was portraying Carter Walton. However, Carter seems to take attention of what Ridge said to his old best buddy, particularly his harsh remarks against Hope Logan, Annika Noel. Ridge Forrester attributes Carter Walton's takeover to Hope Logan. Hope Logan, Carter Walton, and Bold and the Beautiful. His former best friend is viewed as a hopeless romantic by the renowned dressmaker from Forrester. He lists every woman Carter has fallen deeply in love with during his time with him. However, this week on Bold and the Beautiful, he cautions his friend that Hope is just another one of Carter's romantic fancies. He continues by pointing out that Hope has known Carter for a long time, but their unexpected romantic relationship comes at the same time when she needs something. After first disparaging Ridge's notion, Carter Walton makes an unavoidable statement. It appears that the two, who were previously greatest friends, are about to change their ways. Spoilers for B&B, Ridge raises concerns about Carter Walton's love affairs. Carter tells the man he previously referred to as his brother on Bold and the Beautiful this week that Steffy's behavior at work was the catalyst for everything. Then, however, Ridge Forrester turned it around. Ridge instantly shifts to Hope Logan's plan for the coup even though he acknowledges that his daughter was mistaken. He informs Carter that Steffy Forrester is being targeted by his girlfriend. Hope now has authority over Ridge's daughter as a result of this takeover. Spoilers for Steffy Forrester and Ridge Forrester in Bold and the Beautiful. Carter Walton apparently didn't realize it until Ridge uttered those comments. However, he is going to witness proof of what his former buddy has seen about Hope Logan. Standing at the office door, fuming over what she had seen, the Logan daughter entered the room without warning. As she saw the embrace between Ridge and Carter Walton, rage seized over. Spoilers for Bold and the Beautiful, Daphne takes over Carter's nose after Hope opens his eyes. This week, Bold and the Beautiful gave numerous clues about the future of the romance between Carter Walton and Hope Logan. Steffy is informed by Daphne Rose that she believes Carter will act morally because of his guilt. Fans of Bold and the Beautiful perceive Daphne as having developed affections for the man she is trying to woo in order to carry out Steffy's scheme. We saw last week how Carter couldn't help but fall for Daphne. Hope Logan now enters the scene when Ridge is hugging him, and according to B&B spoilers, she attacks Carter. She probably uses all the incorrect terms, though. Or, if you want Ridge's interpretation of Hope to sound genuine, the appropriate phrases. Carter most likely learns that Hope Logan is embarrassed and will never again work for Steffy. As Ridge stated, Carter probably sees her in the act of squashing Steffy, regardless of what her dialogue entails. Therefore, he will know that Ridge and Steffy were correct about her all along if Hope ends their relationship abruptly because Carter Walton chooses to return FC to the Forresters. Who is playing who in B&B spoilers? If Carter Walton discovers that Hope simply exploited him to obtain what she desired, Bold and the Beautiful will leave him in a world of pain. If Carter doesn't do what she wants, Hope might end their relationship. However, Daphne might lessen Carter's disappointment at being unmarried once more. Daphne has been portraying him, as fans of Bold and Beautiful are aware, but what about Ridge Forrester? Will he return home believing that his best buddy erred and be open to giving him another chance? Or will he enter the Forrester mansion and brag about how he brought Carter Walton to tears on Bold and the Beautiful this week? He will probably view the Forresters as employing the same devious tactics that led to the takeover in the first place after he learns that Daphne was involved in the scheme to regain FC. Carter Walton might so discover that he can keep his friendship with Ridge Forrester intact. He is devastated upon discovering that this was only a ruse by the dressmaker to regain his business. With a new man, Hope is moving on. According to teasers for The Bold and the Beautiful, a girl can only handle so much. There is a lot of conjecture that Hope Logan may soon start dating someone else. Spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Hope is seeing another man. However, anyone familiar with Hope's methods will see that this is nothing new. If we've learned anything about Logan women throughout the years, it's that they are unable to be single for very long. Now that Daphne has been making advances on Carter and he has been returning the favor, it appears like Hope will finally come to the conclusion that it is not worth remaining with him in both a personal and professional role. However, Hope was promised the world by Carter. He pledged to love her like no one had ever loved her before and to revive her fashion brand. Of course, Hope was promised the same things in her life by another man. But he did deliver, unlike Carter. We are obviously referring to Thomas Forrester. According to previews for The Bold and the Beautiful, Hope may even try to go back in time and try to make things more interesting with Thomas Forrester. He is currently in Europe with Paris Buckingham, but he should return to Los Angeles within the next week. Spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, what will happen to Hope Logan next? You can be sure that Hope will use him as a shoulder to weep on when he returns home. She may, in fact, use him for other purposes. It is unclear, however, if Thomas Forrester will genuinely reply to her approaches. Hope is stunned by Carter and Ridge's tearful embrace. According to The Bold and the Beautiful recap for Monday, February 17, Zend Forrester Dominguez revealed shocking information, while Carter Walton and Ridge Forrester's emotional embrace astounded Hope Logan. Hope was upset that Carter felt bad when he should have been enjoying his newest triumph in the Forrester Creations design office. After such a breach, Brooke Logan, Catherine Kelly Lang, attempted to convince Hope that Carter's guilt was understandable. Hope, however, promised to keep Carter safe and made it clear that she would not allow Ridge to use his kindness. Ridge felt it was appropriate that Carter had blood on his hands, because he had cut his palm on the shattered diamond and then wrapped it up in the main office. He reflected on the better times of their friendship and pondered what had transpired after Ridge had once again called Carter out for his treachery. Carter pretended that his intervention was required and maintained that he was defending Forrester Creations. Ridge disagreed and attempted to persuade Carter that Hope only dated because she was seeking something. Carter asked what had changed after Ridge reminded him that he had previously favored cutting Hope for the future. Recap: Carter and Ridge's heartfelt hug astonishes Hope on Monday, February 17 of The Bold and the Beautiful. Ridge added that he had previously had the chance to bring up Carter's ambitious goals, but had declined. Ridge acknowledged that perhaps Steffi took things personally after Carter criticized Steffi Forrester, Jacqueline McInnes Wood, for how she treated Hope. Nevertheless, Ridge stood up for Steffi since she didn't want Hope to be flirting with John Finnegan. Ridge believed Carter knew better than to portray him as a hero, even though Hope was trying to do so. Ridge challenged Carter to correct him after implying that Carter desired to go back in time. On Monday's B&B episode, Zend gave Steffi, Taylor Hayes, Rebecca Budig, and Daphne Rose, Muriel Hilaire, updates at the Forrester estate. Zend claimed that although the jewelry line debut was a success, Hope was the only one who appeared to be enjoying the occasion. Despite Steffi's prognosis, Carter wasn't feeling very good. Taylor and Steffi weren't shocked when Zend added that Hope wanted to pop the corona because she couldn't read the room. According to Zend, even Brooke was agitated and torn by the company's most recent victory. If Brooke really felt that way, Taylor believed she should show it and persuade Hope to step aside. Carter told Ridge to stop blaming Hope and refused to sign the company back to him at Forrester Creations. Ridge helped Carter see that Hope was only taking advantage of him by reminding him of their early friendship. Ridge cautioned that Carter got himself trapped in the middle after claiming that Hope just intended to beat Steffi. At 90, Ridge believed he would still be making jokes with Carter, but their friendship ended, and it devastated him. After admitting that he missed his brother, Carter startled Ridge by embracing him and preventing him from leaving. Hope appeared in disbelief as she entered the room to find them sobbing in each other's arms, while Ridge reluctantly reciprocated the embrace. According to teasers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Hope will try her hardest to ruin Ridge and Carter's opportunity at reconciliation, so keep an eye out. The action begins this week as Carter and Ridge stand their ground in the Monday, February 17 episode, according to the most recent issue of Soap Opera Digest. On that same day, Taylor and Steffi think that Brooke's actions are solely motivated by her desire to reunite with Ridge. In the upcoming episode on Tuesday, February 18, Ridge, Eric, and Steffi attempt to devise a new strategy to defeat Carter and Hope, but it is unclear if this plan will succeed. By midweek and the Wednesday, February 19 episode, Hope is shaken by Carter's admission, and let's just say that their relationship is about to alter. Finn also makes an effort to tell Steffi the truth about what he has been keeping hidden all along. Steffi makes a kind gesture to Liam in the Thursday, February 20 episode, and Poppy informs Finn that he should keep his secret to himself, but no one really knows whether that actually happens. Finn is aware that he must come clean about being Luna's biological father. Spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Finn wants to be honest. Let's just say that this is going to be a week that you won't want to miss. The Friday, February 21 episode concludes the week with Remy trying to get rehired and the sisters getting back together after Lee tries to apologize to Poppy. Carter and Ridge hug, Hope's next step, and Brooke's reasons. Monday, February 17, The Bold and the Beautiful recap, Carter and Ridge hug, Hope's next step, and Brooke's reasoning. Finally, The Bold and the Beautiful recap for Monday, February 17, 2025, is here. Carter Walton and Ridge Forrester share an embrace in today's episode. But don't expect things to get any better. In the meantime, Hope Logan interrupts and moves. The declaration of Steffi Forrester Finnegan. Steffi Forrester declares the jewelry launch was a success at the Forrester estate. As Taylor Hayes listens, Daphne Rose is certain Carter will act morally, but Steffi still wants Forrester Creations returned to their family. It must be Taylor's habit to never be at work or have something to do. Be sure to check out our B&B previews for next week, here. When Zend Forrester Dominguez enters, he says that Hope was the only person who was pleased with the launch. Steffi acknowledges that the Logan ladies are skilled at persuading males to comply with their wishes. Although Zend acknowledges that she can't read a room, she enjoys Hope. Zend continues by saying that Brooke Logan seemed to be feeling the effects of the takeover as well. According to Taylor, Brooke might demonstrate this by pressuring Hope to acknowledge this error. Hold on, hasn't Brooke made multiple attempts at that? Proceeding. The logic of Brooke Logan. Hope storms into the design office to complain about Carter to Brooke. Carter is aware that what he did was improper, according to Brooke. His friendship with Ridge was destroyed by Carter. According to Hope, the partnership was one-sided. But according to Brooke, it went far further than that. According to Brooke, Ridge views Carter as family. Hope declares that she will not let Carter's remorse to consume him. Hope is advised by Brooke to support Carter and his feelings. They argue about the war, and Hope refuses to give up. Hope vows to protect Carter from exploitation. Suddenly, Hope dashes out the door. The face-off with Ridge Forrester. According to The Bold and the Beautiful recap, Ridge reminds Carter of his treachery in the CEO's office. They quarrel over everything that was done. Ridge says that because Hope was pursuing John Finnegan, Steffi took it personally when she fired her. Everyone already knew that Hope was waiting for Carter, not Finn, so don't wait again. Ridge's memory is definitely selective. Must read, next 2 weeks spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Liam's crisis, Luna and Remy's dynamic, and Carter's disclosure. Selected recollections and unexpected disruptions. Ridge claims that he came up with the jewelry collection. In reality, it was Carter's, but Ridge approved it following Steffi's rejection. No one at Forrester Creations is satisfied, Ridge informs Carter. Carter maintains that today was still successful. According to Ridge, interactions should improve a person rather than only increase their wealth or status. Ridge asks if Hope has improved Carter as a man. Carter loses his brother and best friend as Ridge turns to go. As Hope enters in horror, Carter hugs Ridge. As Hope watched from a distance, her heart both ached and fluttered with a flurry of emotions she had long repressed. Carter and Ridge's heartbreaking embrace in the dim hallways of Forrester Creations was a moment that resonated through the very core of the Forrester lineage. Carter, a man whose quiet tenacity and unshakable loyalty to the Forrester family were legendary, had been the organization's unflappable bedrock of moral and legal integrity for decades. In the never-ending struggle for dominance that characterized the Forrester family, Ridge had been both an ally and a foe with his captivating charm and intense desire. Their relationship, which was characterized by strife, treachery, and sporadic brief periods of vulnerability, had long been the focus of heated conjecture among readers of Bold and the Beautiful. After what felt like an eternity of conflicting wills and whispered secrets in private offices and boardrooms, the tension peaked on that fateful day. Carter and Ridge were standing face to face in a quiet corner of the building after a particularly violent argument that had left the air heavy with sorrow and rage. After years of rivalry and heartbreak, Carter slowly extended his arm in an almost imperceptible pause that conveyed a great deal of silent apologies and shared suffering. Ridge only paused a second before accepting the gesture, his eyes a mix of anger and melancholy. It was as though the weight of their tumultuous past, every acrimonious dispute, every intense moment of rivalry, every shared victory and heartbreak, melted away as they embraced, to be replaced by a deep, almost cathartic sense of healing. The embrace was a bittersweet recognition that the wounds of the past could, in one sensitive moment, start to heal, not a statement of victory or surrender. During that wordless exchange, Ridge's rough features, which have frequently been sharpened by years of unrelenting ambition and defiance, broke into a look of pained comprehension, while Carter's typically steely expression melted into one of sympathetic regret. It was an unspoken moment that demonstrated that beyond the slick exterior of business transactions and boardroom conflicts, there were two men who, like everyone else, had been hurt by life's failures and betrayals. Hope's response, as she watched from the shadows, was instantaneous and powerful. Hope was the reluctant bystander, the one who took the brunt of the consequences of power battles she never requested to be a part of, for as long as she had been involved in the never-ending disputes of the Forrester heritage. She experienced a wave of emotions when she witnessed Carter and Ridge, two people she had come to respect and despise, embrace in a way that suggested forgiveness and the prospect of salvation. As she took in the seriousness of what she was seeing, shock, incredulity, and a sliver of hope mixed with the tears that threatened to well up. The world seemed to have stopped around her, and the never-ending cycle of turmoil that had characterized the Forrester family appeared to pause, if only briefly, in that frozen moment. This unexpected show of solidarity was both a consolation and a provocation for Hope, whose life had been characterized by her own difficulties for acceptance and her ongoing quest to find her place in the chaos. It presented frightening questions about the future, but it also provided a tantalizing glimpse of what might be possible if the ancient wounds could eventually be healed. Was it just a short-term truce in a conflict that had raged for too long? Or could this tenuous reconciliation between Carter and Ridge usher in a more peaceful period at Forrester Creations? The ripple effect of that moment started to take hold as the two men moved back, their faces still shining with unshed tears and the weight of unspoken apologies, and the embrace gradually relaxed. Hushed conversations began in the hallways, and word of the surprise reconciliation circulated swiftly, sparking arguments among family members and staff. Some interpreted it as a long-overdue healing moment, a hint that the never-ending cycle of rivalry might be broken at last. Some were more dubious, cautioning that such shows of weakness could be transient and could even conceal hidden agendas that would reappear at unexpected times. Carter had felt both relieved and vulnerable after the embrace, which had been a time of unadulterated honesty and emotional surrender. He was aware that being vulnerable was risky in a society where trust was scarce and authority was valuable. He had, however, made a tiny progress in healing the wounds that had long threatened to shatter the Forrester legacy with that embrace. It was a time of reflection for Ridge, a chance to face the resentment that had driven his aspirations and realize that the price of unending rivalry was too great to bear, not only for himself but also for everyone caught in the crossfire of his unrelenting quest for dominance. And for Hope, seeing this intimate, emotionally charged moment was a source of inner turmoil as well as a revelation. Even though she had always thought that forgiveness and reconciliation were the keys to moving on, the memories of previous betrayals continued to plague her. She felt a deep yearning for peace when she saw these two titans, whose lives had been characterized by strife, embrace so freely. She hoped that the perpetual chaos of the Forrester world would eventually give way to something more real and human. Hope found herself thinking about the many facets of loyalty, trust, and time's unrelenting march as the day went on. Carter and Ridge's embrace was more than simply a quick gesture, it represented the coming together of past suffering and potential. It suggested that forgiveness might be possible despite the wounds and never-ending cycles of retaliation, a chance to mend damaged relationships and create a fresh course for the future founded on compassion rather than hostility. Beneath that optimism, however, was the question of whether such brittle reconciliations could withstand the unavoidable forces of pride and ambition that had always characterized the Forrester dynasty. Hope couldn't get the picture of Carter and Ridge's hug out of her head as the day faded to evening and the Forrester Creations hallways gradually resumed their regular bustle of business and reticent chatter. It served as a potent reminder that the human heart still yearns for connection and atonement in a society when power battles and the unrelenting quest of legacy rule the day. That moment gave Hope a sense of resolve, a will to work toward a future in which the scars of the past could be healed and in which the unrelenting disputes that had shaped her family's history may eventually give way to a new period of harmony and development. In the quiet moments that followed, Hope sat by herself in her room and dreamed of a time when empathy and understanding would triumph over pride and past betrayals, a time when the Forrester legacy would be characterized by the power of humanity rather than unending rivalry. That one tearful, strong embrace between Carter and Ridge had ignited a spark, one that, if tended with care and bravery, might one day blaze into a beacon of hope for everyone who believed in the possibility of redemption, forgiveness, and a brighter, more united future in the turbulent world of the bold and the beautiful, despite the fact that the road ahead was uncertain, full of potential pitfalls and the constant specter of old wounds reopening.